Have you ever wondered to yourself, is there something successful traders do that other traders don't do? Is it what they know? Is it where they learn from? Is it how they trade? Welcome to my master performance class, where we break down the myths, the ideas, the market structure, everything you need to know to become a high volume successful trader. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to the second episode of the market structures. So today's episode is, I'm just gonna cut down and go to the how to place the parameters, so that is the take profit and the stop loss, onto the market structures. So if you haven't watched the market structures episode 1, go ahead and watch so that you actually know what we're talking about on this episode, because I'm just going to touch down a little bit. I'm not going to go more into detail like how we did on the last episode. So pretty much how you measure, so we talked about this pair last week, Euro USD. So this is the ascending channel that we'll be talking about, and this is the resistance that the price is actually moving towards. So what you have to do is measure from the lowest point of the ascending channel. So this is where we started by drawing the ascending channel. So this is the lowest point going to the upside, and you see price is something like so to this point 1600 points, so that's like 160 pips. So this is the average, like this is the average point that you have to get. So no less than that. Probably maybe you can get more than that. So 1600. So how to measure? So usually I take my trades at this point. So prices to break above the resistance. In this case, this was just a rare scenario. So I labeled this as a false break. So this was just a rare scenario, but usually price will just break above the resistance, but it will fall and it will fail to break the resistance of the ascending channel. So it will just come break the resistance, then come and taste the ascending channel's resistance, then it will fall down from there, taking the target that I actually showed. So it's 1600. So you see, so from there, after you sell here, your stop loss, you just have to put a little bit above the resistance of the ascending channel. So that's probably here, or if you just want to be safe, put it on the previous high of the resistance. So this was our previous high, so price is there, and you just put a little bit above, then that's your stop loss. But I just put a little bit above the resistance of the ascending channel, then from there I'm actually safe. So the profit target now is from the resistance when price is actually going down. So this is the support all in all. So from the resistance, then you see you take price, you take your profit target from here going downwards to 1600. So you see from here to 1600, that's pretty much here. So you see actually price actually hit here, and like either you can actually take let me just delete this. You can actually take your profit target at the previous low. So this was our previous low, so you can actually take profit over that area, or you can actually measure like what I said. You can actually measure, so from this point to this point, something like 1600. It's actually a probability game, so you can't actually get the accurate, but try to get as close as you can. So from here, the lowest point to 1600, that's pretty much here. Of course you have some pips that are extras, but that's pretty much that. That's how we took our first trade. So you can actually measure on the second trade, pretty much this was the low, lowest low, the highest high. So that's pretty much something like 1396. So from here, 1396, somewhere here. So you see, that's how you actually predict, okay, this way I can place my next profit target. I can actually show you on other pairs that we had to take. So this is what we had to take last week, and I just considered this as a continuation, like back when I was actually analyzing. Then I actually realized, so this was more like a channel, then this was our resistance over this area. So low, the first touch, the second touch, third touch, and price actually broke above. So when we were now going back to the upside, this was now our resistance. So price was actually moving toward the resistance, and price broke above, came back to test this. So this was supposed to be the first trade that we took, but I actually took my first trade at least a little bit below here. So because I actually had seen that this was actually an ascending channel towards the resistance. So from this point, I can actually measure for you from here to here. That's 1655. So from this point, you can actually measure from this point to somewhere prices here. So this was supposed to be your profit target. So you see it, of course you won't reach there. So like what I did here is just take my take profit around here, because probably price might not reach there, because pretty much here you don't have any pattern or anything where price is going, it's just falling down. So that's why you have to take a little bit caution when you're targeting your profits. I can actually showcase also onto some other page. So this was just continuation patterns, so you can actually see. So in this case, from this area to the highest high, so something like 694 pips, can actually come something like here, 606. So the first trade we took our take profit over this area, then this trade that we're actually currently in. So usually I don't really close my trades on Friday, so that's why you see these open trades over here. 900 pips. You can actually also measure from here to our profit target somewhere here. So you see how we actually measure the, so in this case, so this is the first scenario that we have. So this is the ascending channel towards the resistance. So in this case, this was just a continuation, but like in this case that I was actually showing you, the first market structure that we actually talked about, this is the first market structure. And the take profit targets, that's how we measure them. The second market structure, so I actually talked about this. So price aligning itself with the ascending channel. So if you actually talked about gold, and this is the trade that we actually took. So I wish you put a screenshot of the trade that we took and how profit target got hit. So in this case, when price actually aligning itself with the resistance, so this is what I'll be talking about. So I actually did talk about it onto here. So you have to measure this by just going to the next resistance. So pretty much this was supposed to be around here. Next major resistance was this area. So pretty much you can't really measure it, so you just have to put in an approximation. So in this area, what I did on gold on this area, so it also depends with how long it took consolidating alongside the resistance or the support in this case. So in this case, it didn't really take much of its time, so price actually shoot down. And in this case, actual price took a little bit long. It took something like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It took Friday, then it took Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And this movement was on Thursday and Friday, I think. Thursday to here, then Friday continuation. So pretty much you see this was actually our next resistance. But if it was this point, the one that I drew first, so if it was this point, price was just gonna move to the next resistance, that was this area. So you won't see price moving way further to this area. So depending on the time it took consolidating alongside the resistance or the support, then you'll see price actually moving to the, so that's how you would actually be able to measure the next take profit. Then your stop loss would just have to be, of course, below the resistance or below this resistance. The next pair, this is the next pair that we actually took. So if you are actually in our group, you actually have probably took this trade or just saw the screenshot that I actually sent of this area. So price actually consolidating itself alongside this resistance. So this is our resistance. See, I actually circled it. So this is our resistance, and price not moving. So if price deciding to move, it could have just moved from here to here straight away. So this is just to get people on the wrong side of the market, and this is the only two pairs. So this is Aussie and USD, then USD and CAD. That's the only pairs that I do put an indicator, because their diversions and conversions
um, probably they're really high, so that's why I leave this. So this is also my other indicator to buy. So price was actually moving down from this area to here, but the indicator is saying price is actually moving upwards. So this is also a buy on top of that. So price consolidating alongside the resistance, then of course you're gonna get a shoot up. Same is what happening here also. That's why I'm actually uh, taking this seriously. So this same scenario that I talked about from this area to the highest point, 3,400 from this area. See 3,400 or somewhere here. So this way probably you could have just taken your take profit target, then from there you can actually look up. So this is what I'm looking at. So from this area it didn't really take much, so my next take profit target will be here. So I couldn't really put my take profit target over on Friday, so I just placed the buy stop then I left it, but I'm just gonna put my take profit target, then my stop loss a little bit below here. So pretty much that's everything on the market structures, guys. So I hope you actually learned something. So with this also scenario, so if you haven't taken this trade, you should, was you're gonna get like a lot of returns. So our next take profit target is over this area with this, because it took a little bit longer consolidating here, because with this scenario price was just kind of supposed to come from here to this area, then from there it bounced back, but it didn't. So it bounces into here, consolidate while it is actually walking along the line, the resistance in the support line. Then from there you can actually get your take profit on the next resistance that is over this area. So Euro New Zealand dollar, so Euro Kiwi, it's actually a sell to this area because of this only. So this is the market structure that I'll be talking about. Kiwi CAD price actually moving towards to the upside towards this resistance. Quick take profits that are going to be hit probably Monday or Tuesday. Aussie US going to the upside towards this take profit. Then gold, I'm still yet to decide, so there's no market structure that has been formed as of yet, but we'll see what's going to happen. So USD Swiss franc just going to continue to reach our take profit. So that's pretty much on the profit targets, guys. So whenever you see this market structure or this market structure, or that's the same as this market structure, of course, that's the same as this market structure, now you actually know the type of market structure that we actually trade. So that's it, guys. So if you want to see more of our videos, so we actually post every Monday. We actually just talk in general about the market, so that's why we'll be posting this kind of videos. Then every Sunday actually post the Sunday breakdown, the page that we'll be looking at. So pretty much that's how this video I actually made it on Saturday, so I'm just gonna post it after editing. So I'm just gonna post it on Monday. So please subscribe and get the information that you need to trade, and let's make money together, guys. Cheers.